Welcome to the air reading for the element of air for the week of March 27th, 2017. Like I said, this reading is for air, which is for the signs of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yeah, so cool. So it's coming through the air. It goes right up to the third eye. And I got to tell you what I got. And then we'll see where it's coming from after. It's a banging the head on the wall. Keep banging. Interesting. It's saying that for you air element guys and gals, there's this sense of you, like you've been banging your head up against the same wall, banging your head up against the same wall. And normally we'd be like, oh, poor you, you're banging your head up against the same wall. That must be so frustrating. But this is kind of like banging your head against the wall. Keep banging because you're trying to get through to yourself. There's something that's not clear. There's something that's missing or something. Oh, ether reading, something that wants to get sucked out, some mental. It feels, because we're talking about air, that it's like a mental pattern slash belief dynamic that as opposed to, so it's not just a feeling with you guys. It's not just it's not just the physical toxicity. You might be having those things manifest, but it's because there is some kind of script, some kind of pattern that's based on how you think about yourself and how you see yourself that you have still not gotten the message about, that you and your higher self, your spiritual I in the center of your guts, is trying to get you to wake up and see it and think about it so that you can detoxify it, so that you can suck that shit out of your head once and for all. And this is not about processing, you guys. It's about fucking finishing. It's about ending. It's about it being done. Okay? I say this like it's easy for me, but it's not. But it's time, and for you, thank goodness I'm not an air element, because I would have to be taking this advice, but it's time for you guys. It's time to end this suffocating pattern of self entrapment. I was going to say negation, but it was like, nope, it's not negation. It's entrapment, almost to the point of negation. So it's actually, and I feel that's more true for Libras than it is for Geminis and Aquarians. Geminis are dealing with creating prisons of their mind and just kind of banging back and forth. So like to the point of exhaustion, as opposed to Libras being trapped to the point of negation. Aquarians, like canceling yourself out and your beliefs out and your ideas out. Aquarians banging back and forth to the point of giving up. So what that would mean is, Librans, value yourself. Geminis, cut the shit. Stop. Like, put it down. Stop doing this to yourself. Don't worry about what happens next. You don't need a result. You just got to work on nipping it in the bud. And Aquarians, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. There's in a way, it's like you all have the potential to end a cycle, to end a long ass cycle. For whatever reason, I'm hearing like a 30-year-old cycle, which means if you're under 30 and an air element, it means that it's likely a cycle that was begun by your parents. Mind blown. I need a drink. Hold on. It's water, not a hurricane. Okay, so if you're banging your head on the wall, it's for a reason. Keep doing it. Mm. Wow. Okay, so it's a little mouthy. So there was first something, I am trying to tell myself something. That's not your affirmation, but it's a good thing to remember. I hope it sticks in your craw. I'm trying to tell myself something. This is not just the universe that's doing this to you. You're trying to get this across to yourself because the mental pattern is obscuring the entrapment or the charade. Ooh, that's cool. Do you guys see that? That's happening. I like that. Okay. Actual affirmation for air signs. I value my mental anguish and notice repetitive patterns as an opportunity to transform. So it's saying, don't judge the fact that you're banging your head against the wall. Look at that feeling of like, ugh, I can't believe this is happening again, as a sign that it is time to change that. I'm hesitating to not repeat myself, but I'm trying to zero in on this for you guys so that you see here that like you have the opportunity to be done once and for all with this self-negating pattern, this self-entrapping pattern, or this this pattern that just causes you to get caught up in the pattern, right? This confusing pattern, or this pattern that results in more chaos. You have a chance to end all of those things right now. That affirmation once more. I value my mental anguish and notice repetitive patterns as an opportunity to transform. I value my mental anguish and notice repetitive patterns as an opportunity to transform. Why? Because that transformation is the fire from the ether reading. We were talking about the solar plexus a lot, and that center of will and that center of power. The idea here is that valuing your mental anguish, noticing those repeating patterns, gives you the opportunity to be like, that's the mental pattern that wants to be detoxified. Ooh, who was it? There was a good psychic that once did that with me, and I took it and ran with it, where it's like the thought enters your head and get rid of it. That's what you want to do, but then you're using it as the opportunity to transform. So the thing getting between you and whatever it is that you're trying to do, be, embody, that concept of yourself that you'd like to see reflected in the world, there's some mental crapola getting in the way of it. So you don't have to stop banging your head. Keep banging your head and repeat, I value my mental anguish and notice repetitive patterns as an opportunity to transform. And what Maman Laveau tells us is that don't worry about what you're going to do. Use this week to unearth that pattern, to notice when you're banging your head so that you can unearth that essential power that lives in the solar plexus. I love you. Gotta move on to fire. See you next week.